Good morning and welcome to the Art Spirit Gallery. One of our artist demonstrations is happening today for our local color show, which goes through the rest of the month. This is one of our newest artists, Teresa Rancour, so she's here to talk a little bit as she goes along on how she paints. And so with that, say a couple things that you'd like to say and then go to it.
Perfect.
Enjoy it.
I want to talk just a minute about why I paint and how I paint. And I'm a landscape painter. My intention is to give voice to the landscape. I love color. I love bold marks. I work in acrylic. I like acrylic because it's non-toxic and it has a lot of dimension. I paint multi-layered. So I wanted to take you briefly through the stages of my paintings. My first stage is really experimental. And as I'm going through these various stages, I'm going to show you my favorite tools, my favorite brushes. I work in a variety of media. So let's get started. I work with a wet palette. And this is simply a serving tray with shop towels, wetted, and tracing paper. And the beauty of this is that it keeps the acrylics moist. They can last a long time. They have a tendency to dry rapidly. And I have had acrylics on a pad like this, and if I put a lid on it, I can keep them overnight, which is really nice once you mix the color. My first stage is all experimental, and this is a stage where I have open canvas. I typically work on larger canvases, and this is for this demonstration. I'm using this size. And my intention here is to just make bold marks. I'm not really talking to myself.
No, sorry, I walked in, I saw your recording, so I didn't want to make much noise.
Oh, please, and if you want to make questions or ask questions or make comments, please do.
Okay.
Yeah, this will be fun. Well, let's have some fun. So my intention is to just experiment, make some bold marks, and then let it rest for stage 2. And in doing that, I'm going to use a dark color, which I'm picking purple. I'm going to pick a light color, which will be its complement of yellow. And these are one of my favorite tools. These are, they have for popsicles and I guess a tongue depressor. So I typically start with a dark color, a light color, and black and white. And it's pretty amazing the amount of color you can get with just those 4 colors. Hello, good morning. Come on in. So, here I am, just making some marks. I love these brushes. go in with some different media. All of this is water media. These are fantastic. These are Stabilo pencils. It's called a Woody. If you have any questions or any comments, please feel free to just have a dialogue with me. Hello. Hello.
Hi.
My second painting here that is in phase probably 2 of 12 engages some of your colors. Your inspiration.
Okay.
So now, I'm just going in. There is no pre-plan here.
What are you using to draw with?
This is a Woody, a Stabilo, and it's a water media. And this stage of my work is all clay.
Mm-hmm.
And until I get to, this was, these here are the second, I did one pass afterward.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to get as much on the canvas as I can. I don't
So
know
if
bigger.
it's anything similar to these, does it start like this?
Oh yeah, all of them underneath are crazy woman. All of them.
Do you see your end product?
No.
So it develops.
Yeah, I have no plan whatsoever. And some of these have, my husband says, anybody that buys your painting is getting a really good deal because there's at least 12 paintings underneath it. Sometimes like this painting, this smaller painting, 16 by 20 I think it is, that came easy for me. It was after a hike I did in the wilderness of Alaska. But most of them have layer upon layer upon layer. Yeah, well, and I see it. Yeah, the next, I'm demonstrating phase 1.
Mm-hmm.
And then I leave it and I'm turning it and I start seeing a composition. They're all landscapes because I see landscape in everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I love these.
They're oils?
No,
They're
acrylic.
oils, so they dry fast so you can layer.
Yeah, you can layer. And I put gloss medium between layers.
Mm-hmm.
And I have fun experimenting with different things.
Mhm.
I have been doing, I think I mentioned this to you, LR, I'm doing oil sticks,
Mm-hmm.
post acrylic work,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm loving that because I can use my hands.
Mm-hmm.
Oils.
They're
Like pastel.
they're oil, and they're like an oil pastel, but you can set them up where an oil pastel doesn't totally ever dry. So yeah, I have a lot of fun with.
Do you have one?
No, I didn't bring one. But I never can pronounce the names. The French people.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
S something.
Yeah, I buy their, yeah. I have been.
Salmonella?
Well, no, that's salmonella.
No, it's not salmonella, it's salmonella.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We're talking the same language, only we don't know how to pronounce the name.
Yeah.
I'm having a lot of fun with these soft pastels. And I can set them up.
When you say soft, are they chalky?
They're chalky. Come on up. In fact, if you want to put some gloves on and throw some stuff on here, I'm fine with that.
Oh, that'd be fun. I've got to check in some things.
Okay. And I can set this up with a fixative, or I will take I'll take the gloss medium and I just dab it on, so it will set up.
So it's a medium specific. specific for acrylics or is it?
Yeah.
What makes it?
Well, I use Nova paint. I really, they're an artist quality paint. Golden is another acrylic that I use, Liquitex.
Where do you use gold?
Yeah. I love the people at Nova, and yeah, so yeah, go take your coat off and come and join me. That'll be fun. And these are fun things to play with. When you come back, I want to talk to you about these things. They're great. So again, this is all about getting stuck on this canvas. These are Posca pens, and they're an acrylic pen.
There's some room here too, yeah.
I hardly ever sit down,
Oh, okay.
so,
I'm not surprised to hear you say that. If you do though, if you want bigger chairs, let me know and I'll get in a
well,
couple
Carol
chairs.
can sit down.
Yellow,
Chelsea, I moved this
that's,
over if that's okay. I'll put it down.
yellow and black, and sometimes,
Mixed gold.
oh, it makes a really interesting green color to me. Yeah, just, you see I have rubber gloves over there? Or, where do I have them? Right here.
Yeah, these are the best. Oh, we told our daughter, Ella wanted some for Christmas and she sent a whole mix.
See, look at that green. Isn't that? These, this is a water media, and they come, I get these, I live in Sandpoint, and so we don't have a department store per se, we have Walmart. And I got these just for journaling, and I love them. So, just do
I can write.
anything you want to do. You can write words, you can do anything. I'm trying to just get the canvas filled and see where it goes.
Oh, it catches it, it absorbs.
Yeah,
See, it's turned black going off.
yeah, because it,
Oh, look at here. We have these last two.
yeah.
Which way is the sunshine? Oh, it's so nice. There isn't one on my.
Oh, you can do anything, especially at this phase. My objective as a painter is to arrive at a very complex simplicity. And man, that's hard. Try this. These are wonderful too. They're really buttery. It's a magenta, and it doesn't matter the color because it's not going to stay.
It's good to get painted.
It'll all get painted over.
My masterpiece. My
Yeah.
contribution will get painted over. My contribution to your masterpiece.
Well, it's so easy to fall in love with something too soon, and sometimes, because I do multi-layers, I gotta get going on stuff. These are really fun also, and it's a non-binding, but I don't care. It's a wax crayon.
So you put all of these various things.
Oh yeah, well, not every time, but we're playing right now. And it is, this stage for me is about playing. Did you try this one yet?
Uh-uh.
That's the soft pastel.
Yeah, I think that's what you use, right there. Yeah, you've got so much going on here, and then it turns into
Oh yeah,
simple.
yeah.
Oh,
You know, my earlier work, oh, don't you just love those things?
your earlier work.
Was more abstract. I've kind of become, for whatever reason, more representational. Now let's do this, just for grins and giggles, because there's nothing serious here, right? We're gonna do this. Now do some stuff.
Well, that messed up my shadows. See, I put all these shadows on there.
Well, that's coming later.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
If I was, like you, I would look at that.
Yeah, I'm very irreverent. And I prefer these larger brushes. I'm only doing this because, oh, let me show you a couple of my, some favorite tools that I've got here.
You have a cool one. Well, where did you get this? They're sort of,
I hate to tell you, Amazon.
oh yeah? Do you
Yeah.
sell them?
Yeah, and this is a wet palette, which is, I was talking about that earlier. This is tracing paper. Shop towels, wet palette with tracing paper, and you can, I mean, I can, if I do this, you know, cover it, it'll come, that'll still be moist in the morning.
Oh, that's nice. And so all your acrylics are like squirt on?
No, this is another, you know, you learn so much from other artists, right? I got this idea. This is a cupcake holder. And these are, I used to eat gelato, a lot of gelato, so I could have the screw tops. So I thought, I'm gonna get too fat, so I bought these. And they will fit in here. I've had, and I didn't bring the whole tray of them, but if I mix up some colors that I like, they'll fit in here. I can put the lid on, and I've had paint last in these up to a month.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's got a nice carrier. I'll show you. Do with the lid. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I'm here.
See,
Oh, yeah.
Well, thank you.
and that locks it.
And you can carry it.
Yeah, you can carry it.
Amazon's amazing. Our
Well,
daughter
this-
just got a whole bunch of, they're different than this. They're more square.
Mhm.
But she took all her puzzles. Oops.
Yeah, oh, that's okay. I know how to get that.
I got all of her puzzles. I mean, she took all her puzzles out of boxes and put them in these stacking matching boxes
Yes,
in her,
yeah. See, organization is really.
This is so clever because it has a
It
handle.
has a handle.
And it
And
says.
okay, so I can get 2, 4, 8, 16 of these in this carrier. It's just incredible.
And it's bottles, this is what.
No, these are small Nova pink jars.
Oh,
Yeah,
so you put your colors in the next one.
no, this is, Nova sells up to gallon sizes. And I wanted to test some of these colors, so I bought a small one, but that's why these are in these, yes, or, yeah.
So you just squirt it in here?
No, I take the big, I have a funnel, and I take the,
We've got a few people watching too, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, just, yeah, on the camera, so, yeah.
oh, good.
I'm gonna get some here.
That's okay. I take like the quart size jars, and I put a funnel in here, and I pour the paint in here.
Oh, wow.
So that way I'm not dealing with opening and closing the quart jar. And this is great, because, you know, I'll be painting along. Oh, you can put that in here. And I just pull out some paint. So let's add a color here. And I love these as a way to both mix color and to get stuff out of a jar. Or if I really want to be, yeah.
Do you get these on Amazon too?
No, I get these, sometimes the dollar store has them. But I wanted to use some of my other favorite tools. This big one, it's a bowl scraper. And let me just do a big wad of color here. Well,
You just have fun.
oh, well, that's what this stage is about. It isn't to be serious about the painting or the composition. It's to get some paint on this canvas. Okay, so this can create. I use this tool a lot for glazing. And like I say, at this point, I'm just trying to get paint. I want to get this canvas covered. Isn't that a pretty periwinkle blue? And I love, because of the nature of acrylic, I often mix on the canvas and I have all these wonderful surprises. The thing about acrylic, unlike oil, is it dries darker.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, so I guess, and I'll have my painting, and sometimes I'm disappointed where I left it, and I walk away and do something else, and then go into my studio, and I get these wonderful surprises. So we need some darks in here. See, at home, I can look at, you see, I should have bought a new apron, right? I'm pretty messy.
Oh, well, you can
Huh? I do?
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, I was big brain. He forgets to take it off when he goes, no,
Well, I actually have to tell you, I feed my horses in this sometimes. And, one of my challenges is to clean my brushes more often. I get so excited about having fun that I forget. Yeah.
Is there a medium that you can slow down the driving?
Yes, and it is also, it's called an extender, and this is a Nova product also. So let's just do this since you asked. You can use it as a glaze. So, and I'll be using more of this when I go into the next phase because I glaze and glaze.
So
and
these are
glaze.
part of the demo.
Yeah, these are like the second pass from something like this. Yeah. You know, it's really more fun for me to have you up here asking questions and making comments.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, than just because I'm not a Bob Ross, you know. I can't paint pretty little trees. And I don't mind that if I have mud, that's irrelevant to me at this point. What I'm looking for is just movement. I am getting called to I love graphite,
Oh, yeah.
so I'll put graphite in here.
So it's bordering on mixed media.
It's very much mixed media. That every painting in here has a little bit. That one is mostly a critter. There might be a little bit of something, but the rest of them have a lot of meaning. This is mostly a critter.
I believe we just brought some more today.
But it started, as for as calm as that is, it started like this. Yeah, because I've got a lot of energy and it's kind of like getting it released so that I can calm down and do it.
We just started walking
I
out,
don't
so
know.
Yeah.
You know, no, that's okay. Yeah,
I just have to stand 3 feet from paint and it jumps on me.
and me too, so it's totally fine. Acrylic, if you get it on your clothes, alcohol, you can get it out with alcohol. But get it fairly soon, don't let it dry too long.
I found that hand sanitizer is really good for getting out Sharpie.
Oh, that's good to know. Okay, I'm gonna do just,
Well, I love your freedom and you know, you're not like hung up on the bitty details, you just have all this freedom. LR has a lot of freedom.
oh, you can see it, yeah. When I get to the itty bitty details, I always mess up my paintings.
Oh, I didn't think so.
Oh, yeah, because it's too tense. And this is just about, seriously, fun. And all I'm trying to do here is cover the canvas at this point.
Well, this one at this point reminds me of condensed ink.
Oh, well, that's quite a compliment from me.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to show you this too, because I use this a lot. And I'll use it down here in this corner. This painting not so much, but some of my work, I've got a lot going on. I tend to do the right corner for some reason, but a little more activity. And this tool, it can create, and I don't have enough layers here yet, but it can create a lot of dimension it'll go in, yeah,
Yeah, so you'll have highs and lows.
Yep. And then I'll put,
Like that, too.
and it also, you know, if I want to do something like that, there are several opportunities.
I think this is shrinking.
This,
That easel is coming.
is it? I'm not unfamiliar with this particular easel. If you've got any questions or comments, you want to come up and paint with me?
I might later.
A little higher.
I'm kind of resting and watching.
Okay, you raise it up.
Perfect.
I'm not sure that's the one, but.
So at this point, this mess that I'm making, it's not a mess, it's to get energy and activity as a layer.
Is it going to be abstract or realistic?
No, these are my paintings.
These are yours? Oh,
Yeah.
man, oh man.
All of these I do layer upon layer upon layer. This is my painting. Look at how calm this is. I move it for you, but
That's all right. Yeah.
and underneath it is stuff like this.
See, I don't understand because the layers disappear.
Well,
Totally, don't they?
look at the foreground in this one in
Yeah.
particular. If you get close, you can see some of the
Can you?
layers. And I can expose them if I wanted to. Some of these paintings like this one here, when I have large areas of one color, I can glaze and glaze and glaze, and then it'll come forward.
Yeah.
That will come forward. And if it doesn't, so what?
So when you glaze it both.
Sometimes,
And this is that technique you just showed.
yes. Yeah.
It almost looks like encaustic, doesn't it?
It does, doesn't it?
It's different than this thing.
I did on caustics, and I loved doing them, but it's such an expensive set and it's toxic.
I tried it because my cousin did it. Same thing, it just got too expensive.
Yeah.
I do cheap acrylics.
Well, well then come up and paint with me. I don't know what I was gonna say, but, yeah, sometimes it's exposed, sometimes it isn't. This one here, I wanna mention this. I have all these tools that I love,
Yeah.
including this one is one of my favorites. It's just a screwdriver. And this little painting right here is called the Delta. And I live on the Pack River. It's got a delta at the Pack. It's got a delta at Clark Fort. I had an opportunity to kayak the Nisqually Delta. And all of a sudden, this little screwdriver came up, and that's how those marks were made. I love walking around and picking up stuff, like branches, and using branches too. I love this tool. We'll do this on something else, but what I'm gonna do now with this, which I do with all my paintings, every layer, is I put a layer of gloss medium on
Every layer.
every layer. And that one, it brings the color forward, and it almost creates a transparency.
Does it have to be dry before you remove it?
Yeah, and I think I'm pretty dry here. We'll give this.
So it's clear gloss medium.
Yeah, and gloss enhances the color much better. A matte will kind of glossy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Whereas, oh, geez, where glossy.
You're gonna be fuzzy pretty soon.
Yeah. Oh well.
Or glossy, one of the two.
Yeah.
Do you need it to shake it, to mix it?
No, this is my extended. Sorry, that's why it's so fluid. That I was mentioning. Tell me her first name again.
Carol.
Carol. I was mentioning to Carol. This is because you paint with acrylic also. This is an extender. And so when you are painting in the summer and it's hot,
Oh, it doesn't dry out so fast.
correct, and you can glaze with it. I often glaze with it. In fact, I'll use this to glaze another piece over here. So
These are not.
I have so much to learn. I
well,
can't just sit down and paint.
well, there's plenty to learn.
Yeah.
So this one is very.
Well, I was going to use this as a demo to show you glazing, and I don't know if I have time or not, but it was just to show you an opaque glaze versus like, yeah, yeah. So we can do that too. Well, let's let that dry. Let me, let's see, does that have?
It's interesting, that reminds me of someplace and I don't know where, and it's so simple.
You know, I have more people mention that to me.
Really?
Yes, and for me, part of my beginning statement was I'm trying to give voice to nature. And I paint mountains or I paint these landscape scenes. It's generic. It's a place I've been,
Yeah.
or it's a multiple of
Yeah,
places.
multiple places.
And it's more a feeling for me.
Yeah,
And so
I think it's really interesting how, boom, something means something to you.
yeah.
It's just instantaneous.
Yes, yeah. So because let me show you this as a glaze here.
I move my chair up closer. It's hard for me to stand too long.
Yeah, come on up.
I'm getting old.
Oh, aren't we all? Wait a minute.
See if I can do the change, guys. You're fine. Act natural. We'll just move it
I
over.
love these brushes. They're so cheap. I'll show you.
Was it plastic ones?
This is a synthetic chip
Yeah.
brush. I think I brought a.
I get those for Christmas all
Oh, I just love them.
the time. The cheap packs.
Well, I think you get 3 of these and they're 3 different sizes,
Yeah,
about $3.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can throw them away.
Yeah, well,
Do
I
you
watch.
get them on Amazon?
No, I get them at Walmart. Like I mentioned, I live in Sandpoint, and so we don't have department stores per
Yeah.
se or art shops, and I get stuff like this at Walmart. That's another reason I wanted to mention. I'm a Seattle native. I grew up on Puget Sound. I've done a lot of boating in the ocean and the Sound. I moved to Sandpoint, and we're on a large acreage parcel, and I can see 2 ranges of mountains.
Yeah, we have total control of everything.
Yeah.
You've got so much to see.
Yeah, and I have horses, so I get way up into the mountains and riding my horse. And so, like these images that come about, I don't know, like I'm painting this and it's a wild, wacky, crazy, and then it starts turning into a landscape for me.
How will it turn into a landscape?
Oh, I see it already.
In the next hour?
You'll start to see a composition, whether I keep it or not, but I'll do that. But let me show you, I'll take that a couple steps further. But this, you can see how crazy this was down below. Well, it's definitely got a horizon line
Yeah,
now,
it is.
right?
Got a storm.
Yeah. And the storm may last, and I'm just using this really to kind of glaze. Oh, that was sure. But paper towels. Oh, I like that. And this is what I chase. I chase stuff that I like. If you know, this could be quite nice, but I've got too much white in this.
Just that one spot. I think,
Yeah.
is a little too much.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna enhance it actually because I'm gonna go around it.
Yeah.
Let's see. I wanna go a little bit further. I walk my dog at night. Is this moving around
Yeah,
on
it
this?
is, and I can't. I don't see any more
I'll try not to be,
places to,
I'll try not to be so,
I don't see any more places to tighten it.
I walk my dog at night in the woods.
Yeah.
And I don't see any light. And so I get these wonderful sky images. And now this is going to be some sort of cloud layer here. I will, I want to go in here and just bring some color down, some of this color down here and maybe a little more purple.
Do you usually paint with larger brushes?
I
That's
usually,
fairly large for me.
yeah, I usually paint on larger canvases, and the brush matches the canvas. So if I've got a canvas this size,
You know
is
what
it
you
still,
do?
it's still
2
going?
big bags of sand. It's holding it down.
I'm pretty active.
Are
when
you?
yeah,
Motion.
yeah.
Well, I find that so much just appears. I only do acrylic, abstract. So I really don't know what I'm doing. And then something happens.
It's magical, isn't it?
Yeah, I think, well, this is, I should throw this away, but I keep adding.
Yeah, keep adding. And you know what? Something happens where
I wonder if these are the knobs.
maybe if we see Chelsea, we'll ask her. I hate to move it.
I've tightened everything I can see to tighten. It's still going down.
Yeah.
So that the whole painting itself's going down.
Well, we'll just try and deal with it without too
You'll be
much.
on your knees painting soon,
If
this
it gets to that point, I'm gonna have to do something else. See, I'm really liking this gray pinkish color here, so I'm gonna chase it for a while. And maybe it stays, maybe it doesn't, but this is way too early in my process to get attached.
Do you get frustrated?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I was good. My son-in-law's a painter, and he said, all artists are frustrated, and that's me. I just eat things, you know.
Well, when I have see, one of the things that happens is we, as painters, sometimes we work too hard to get to an end result.
Yeah.
And so you're fighting that, and what I have to do, is I have to walk away from it.
Well, you're fighting it, and then you make mistakes because it's not
Sure.
what you envisioned,
Yeah,
which of course it never is.
no. And I'm gonna try and get a little more, I'm probably gonna get rid of this because it's getting to be a dirty palette. But I've got enough.
I think it's interesting that you do a whole bunch of layers and then you put your final painting on top.
Yeah, well, and who knows how long it takes to get there.
I might try that and see.
Well, and try not to judge at the beginning. Just get going and chase what it is you're loving.
Another thing I like is detail.
Yeah.
Small detail, as opposed to big stuff. Of course, it was big of a big detail.
Yes. This is looking a lot like cotton candy, but I'll get rid of that in the next phase. And I need to get some paint on this other palette. And let's see here. I use tracing paper rather than palette paper.
Oh, that's what this is?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, I love that tool.
I don't know what it's for.
I'll show you.
Well, you
Is this
could.
your code? Yeah, this, right
Okay.
here.
Do I have palette paint or
No, all
trace?
that's underneath here
Okay.
is my first.
Okay, good.
And, our,
Because I would not want to get your. There it is. I use this,
Ah,
and unlike palette paper, because it's thin,
yeah.
it will keep moist.
It's a little bit absorbent.
Well, it's not absorbent. You don't want it wet. Yeah, but you want it so that this feels. You can touch that. It's damp
Yeah. it's
underneath.
very-
Yeah. So.
You have a studio?
I do. I have a beautiful studio.
That's nice. In your house or in a separate building?
We haven't, when we built our house, we built a large shop also. And I had a 400 square foot studio in it, and I doubled the size last summer. So,
We're gonna give large classes.
well, I want to paint bigger.
Yeah,
And
that size, you wanna do?
yeah, I do.
Yeah.
And you don't just move into it rapidly. Or I'm hoping like my next bunch of work is.
Well, you mean you don't jump to 6 foot by 6?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
got a median there somewhere.
Yeah, because your tools have to match the size of your
Yeah.
work, at least in what I do. Now again, this is pretty, what do I want to say? Like candy. It's too purple, but I'll get rid of that in the next phase. I'm getting.
what will you do in the next phase?
Well, I may change the color entirely. Depending on, I like this blue that's starting to surface. You know, this is one thing I've been thinking about. My work has become, these are earlier works, these four next
Yeah.
to this. My work has become more representational, but my colors are not. And that's my abstraction,
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
And I started judging myself about, well, why is everything starting to look like this or that? You got to just go with the flow.
Yeah,
If your art is moving in one direction, just let it happen.
I like the surprise of something that's realistic, but it's different color.
Yeah. And again, I'm just, at this phase, this isn't anything other than getting some more
So do
color.
you have in mind the colors you're gonna use
No.
at the end?
Oh, at the end,
At the end,
yeah. Well, I'm experimenting the whole time, and when I land on something that really intrigues me, I will, like I love warm colors.
Yeah.
You know, and there's cool colors and warm colors in this painting, and I love that. So, you know what's happening to me with this right now? It's screaming to me, put some graphite pencil in it.
Ah,
So, I'm gonna do that. Which, I'm just gonna. And, well, this needs to rest. I've done enough damage to it. If I work on a piece too long, that's where the frustration
yeah,
comes.
yeah.
I mean, at the end, it's a whole different story, you know, but at the beginning, it's the beginning. You know, who knows what's gonna happen? So,
I find myself painting for 15 minutes, leaving the room, coming back later,
That's it.
15 minutes,
that is a good approach.
just because I can't sit down.
I want to put a, which I'll do on the horizontal because it'll be easier for you all to see. I want to put a layer of gloss medium on it. Like I mentioned to you, which will be right here.
Can you use Mod Podge too, or are they different?
Mod Podge is, you can use it, but you really want to use artist grade.
Well, I always think of Mod Podge as almost an adhesive.
It is
As
an,
opposed to, yeah.
and I've got one painting over there that's got more collage in it than you can imagine.
Do you varnish your fine art?
I brought a painting to show you how I finish, and I do 2 layers of a gloss varnish
Spray or with a
brush, and well, I'll show you how when I do. This is what I do for the varnish. Is I go like I would paint, you know, not the same direction.
What kind of varnish? Artist varnish?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I use Nova paints. You know, like at this point, we don't need to be too serious, do we? Yeah, just make life easy. And I kind of like how it smears the medium that we use that's water-based, like the graphite. You know, if I wanted to maintain the graphite, I wouldn't brush it quite so much. And where is the, oh, is that the pastel, this right here? It's, I often will take, when I put pastel in a painting, I'll take it and put a fixative on it, I'll walk outside and spray it. But anyway, so we're just gonna get this down. And then I probably should clean my palette because my brushes are all a mess and the palette is pretty ugly. So whenever I'm painting, I am going, oh, I like that, or I don't like that, and I chase what I like and I cover up what I don't.
Yeah.
And let me see here. This is another great. Man, shop towels are the best.
You get them at automotive store?
I get these at one of my favorite places to shop sometimes is Harbor Freight.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, these bags are fabulous, and they're Harbor Freight, and and they're on rollers.
Well, that is nice, yeah.
And they're nice and wide.
Yeah, they're wide. But to take this and just roll it,
To add texture.
well, it actually, if I want to take paint off,
Mhm.
if I've got too much on there, it's a way to move paint too. I'll show you that. I will let this little guy dry.
Oh, what?
Let's see here, what were we going to do? I was gonna do, yeah, let's do, this is a crazy one, isn't it? Let's just see where this one goes. So, this is a typical process for me, is I see a painting that's like this, and then I'm going, what do I see in it? And of course I see landscape, because I see landscape and everything. So when I did these big colors the other day, I'm looking at this, and I'm seeing already a range of mountains.
Yeah.
I don't know what's gonna happen here, but I like these large areas. So I typically start with the sky. And I'm gonna use one of my favorite colors, which I mixed up, and I'm going to kind of get my brushes. Cleaned a bit. I'd really like to find how I can, is Chelsea over there at the computer so I can get, is Chelsea right there so we can get this locked? These are also from Walmart. They're craft brushes and they hold a lot of paint.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit shady. Is it
Yeah,
falling
it
down?
keeps,
Okay, we said tighten the handles down below.
okay. I was trying to keep that covered.
Maybe it's the wax or something. Tighten it about right there.
Perfect. I want to take this.
Okay. That hopefully will do the trick.
Okay. Let me,
Yeah.
let's lift this up.
There you go.
So, these I got at Harbor Freight.
Oh, yeah.
I have another tool I work with. Oh, this tool. If you want to do a straight edge,
Yeah.
I use this, which I don't often do straight edges.
Just for painting corners, right?
Well, if I wanted to, for instance.
I mean, on a wall.
Yeah, this is, yeah, and they come up, I've got them that are, this big. And you can also, we'll get some real paint on this guy and we'll do some scraping. We'll just play with, like, I love this, like I mentioned, I love
Yeah.
this little tool. I don't know where I got
Where
it.
did that one come from?
I think I got a set of pellet. Yeah.
Yeah, you could just smush it down, or you could
Yeah.
have lines.
Yeah, or, well, when we get there, I'll show you. I just like making deep marks with it. I love this butternut color. You'll see in that. You'll see it over here, and that's what I'm going to use for this sky.
Butternut Sky sounds like a name of a song.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Sounds like a what?
A name of a song, an old song.
This is a little too dark, but we'll go dark first.
You
And
could start out and say, ain't no burnt toast, it's butter.
yeah, I like it.
I'll
you
work
live-
on that.
Do you live here
Yeah.
in Coeur d'Alene?
Yeah.
Well, I don't spend a lot of money on brushes because I'm not real.
I pull them out and then I never have pliers. to squeeze it back.
It just, acrylic over time, and I leave my, I have a painting session, I leave them in the water, and I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, with oil paint, you can leave the oil paint, you don't have to clean them every time, right?
Larry cleans them every single time.
He does?
But if he's out cleaning, he will just clean them a little bit, and then he sometimes, and he uses a Castile soap.
Oh,
Oh, really?
see, if I get the palette too wet, this will tear through, and then I've got water in my acrylic paint, which just makes it not real good. And I don't know why I got a little black. So I'm just gonna,
And these are just shop houses.
yeah, because they hold the water better. And what I've been doing, because I use rags a lot, like old t-shirts or old towels, is I've been doing the paper towel and then wetting this, and it stays wet even longer.
So do you put this under?
On top.
On top of the shop.
On top of the shop towel, and then I can continue changing these. Actually, I think I'll put this in my pocket. But I'm gonna start with this, and again, I'm still at like early stages. So I love these angle brushes are one of my favorite brushes. And I'm just gonna try to define this line in a way that is pleasing, knowing that it may stay, it may not.
It seems like there's a bit of joyful irreverence.
I like that. I'm going to try to keep that in my vocabulary. I have painted for 30 years, but it was always, I was a businesswoman. And so COVID was really good for me because I just decided I'm going to do it now or not. And I had my first show, solo show in 22, which isn't that long ago. And I'm painting because I am in love with painting. And I loved your comment, like you're painting away and you don't know where things are coming from, they just happen. And
Not until you see it, do you know?
yeah.
Larry
Yeah.
calls it serendipity.
I sometimes I disappoint myself, and sometimes I totally surprise myself. And I'm so happy when I've had a good studio day. It's like, yahoo! and with the horizontal line, I really try not to make it, precise, because our eyes will, they'll fill in the blanks. I'm nearsighted, no, I'm farsighted, and I wear readers. They're not very strong, they're twos. But I often don't wear my readers until these last phases.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because otherwise I'd be like, too tight. At home, I paint on a large easel, and then I paint on the wall. I have them put strips, that are a half inch, and they're 12 inches apart, and then I have screws put in to that what would you call it? You know, a board,
Yeah,
so that I can hang my canvases like
hang it up.
See a picture of that.
I'll show you a video. I have a video of a little video of my studio. I'll show you.
I'm gonna have to run for lunch.
Well, I understand. What's your first name?
Mark.
Mark, I'm Teresa. What a delight to meet you.
Oh, it was nice, I enjoyed it.
Well, I'm happy. That makes.
I'll look for your paintings.
Thank you.
What's your last name?
Rancour.
Rancour. You look familiar.
Well, I'm Carol Montgomery.
Like our Mark Stronger.
Mark
Stronger.
Stromberg.
Like the carburetor.
Oh,
My father's was Strandberg.
Strandberg.
Yeah. Are you Swedish?
And half Swedish, Norwegian, and Finnish.
are you a member of Boston?
No, I'm not. What is that?
It's a Swedish organization.
Oh, okay. Is it named after the boat?
Probably.
The ship that they took out of the muck at the bottom of the harbor in Stockholm.
Yeah.
It's called the Vossen.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Have you?
Yeah.
Isn't it wonderful?
Yeah, it's amazing.
And it looks like it's all there.
So you've been there.
A long time. It may have rotted by now.
Well, I think they've got it more preserved.
Yeah.
You know, and environmentally
Yeah.
controlled, so.
Yeah, it'll last.
Yeah.
Well, thank you both.
Oh, thank
See
you, Mark. It was really nice to have you up front here.
I learned things on next moment.
You just follow the joy. You don't have to do anything.
All right, good. I just have to start this next one, that's all.
You know
Because it
that-
was white, just staring at it.
You know what? I will often come out to my studio and I'm looking at a painting and it just isn't going anywhere. And what I do is I take a big brush and I just make the boldest move I can make.
Yeah, just start.
Just start. So,
All right, take care.
you too.
Good to meet you, Martin.
Bye-bye.
Okay, I like this one too. See, this is gonna dry and you see a little bit of stuff coming through here. And you can see a range of mountains. They're not these yet. These take a long time. And that's another day. But I'm gonna do this because I have this purple pink one. I just want to show you that one tool.
You want me to paint above Lake Creek where it was, I'm sure all the time, we really was it. And I said,
And
well,
it's
Can you get this at the art supply?
I said, well,
I don't remember where I got
Is
this.
it an artist tool?
I don't know.
and I said, well, probably it's like 700.
I look for odd things to make marks. And another layer on that, especially if I glaze it. I mean, the texture. I love that. Okay, so let me do something over here. Go in the black. So you can see this other little tool that is one of my go-to tools. You've made this really fun for me. You've made this really fun for me. Oh, you totally did. So I'm so worried at home. You know, I make the biggest mess ever.
I think that's the major.
Yeah.
But, so this is, nobody sees.
Where has the saying,
I had this order for, but she,
two kinds of shirts, one's without paint, one's embroidered. No, one's with paint, and one's embroidered.
Oh, they'll eventually all, I can't walk in without, I don't know where that funny little tool is. And I want to show you that it is. You know, the one with the prongs? Yeah. There it is. Okay, so here's your big paint. And see how, oh, yeah. You know, I won't keep all that because it's like a good thing gone too much of the real thing, right? You want some, but I love that texture. Now I've got some texture. Yeah, you know,
It's not obvious, but it contributes to the overall theme.
yeah, so let's see, let's just get rid of some of it.
So easy to read. I always talking to those.
It seems to me that you're all about what happens if
I know, listen, it's extreme. You know, I don't have enough. I've taken a lot of classes, undergraduate classes, and I've studied with artists, but, and a lot of people who have gone to higher education, it destroyed their art career because everything is so, you know, regimented. So, yeah, I'm just, and this is too much black down there, and it won't end up being black, but at least we've got something. We're gonna, I love that orange. This orange, this is one of my favorite colors, is Cab Red Light. I love it.
yeah, see this?
Yeah.
That came from Lewis's house.
Oh, thank goodness. There's something about it that I just really,
Thank
really
you.
love.
See you soon. See you next week.
And I love,
This has a lot of
now that was made, I don't think that was made with a brush. Oh, yeah, here are these brushes. I buy these by the dozens, and they're Walmart. And I think they are like under $4 for that whole thing.
Wow.
And I love finding, like, go to the dollar store. Oh, this is another one of my favorite tools.
Oh, yeah.
You know, especially when you get like little things that you see how I mean, oils do this too, don't they? Where you can expose stuff.
Sometimes, Blair takes what I think it's called attraction,
Uh-huh.
take it away.
Yeah, take it away. Well, and he's, you know, I'm humbled to be showing this somebody of his caliber.
Well, he thinks it's cool to show with you, so.
He does? Oh my God, I'm just like in awe.
So much going on.
Well, it really is, isn't it? Well, let's, I got a real orange. Let's see if I can get it. Hopefully this doesn't look like that. I'm just going to enhance this. I'm really trying to simplify my work because sometimes I think I overcomplicate it and I don't know where that's going, but I'm going to give it a try.
Because they sometimes add a white element.
There's so many approaches. There's this free approach, and then there's some people that want it to be photorealistic.
Oh,
But we see emotionally.
thank you. Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
And we feel color.
And we don't see photorealistic.
See, is that red dry yet?
No. Oh, that one. I am so delighted that you did that. I was telling Carol, I am so humbled to be sharing.
You're standing in front of him.
Here's my new buddy, Elor.
So, we're just discussing this spot.
I know. Well, cad red light is one of my favorite colors too.
So, you know, you can, I just learned this, if you put down like this and you start, this is one of the keys for flesh tones painting. So if you start with white and just graduate and you start with a little bit of black and blue and right in the middle you put a little yellow, you'll have all the paint you need for flesh tones for doing a portrait.
Do you ever do portraiture?
I used to, but now I have four, like for kids, I have four drawings of 4 kids. And you choose which one that looks like your kid.
Oh no. Can they pick them out?
Sure.
Yeah, of
It
course.
looks just like one. You know, I've done a lot of portraits and, you know, just about, you see grandkids, you can't sell them.
Yeah. Well, your grandkids are the painting.
Either one. You know, I've tried to trade a painting for a baby several times, and I've only had, you know, for a little boy.
Yeah.
And I've only had one guy say,
Take him.
take him. And his wife says, no, we're not trading him for a painting.
Anything.
So,
My daughter had a dinner party, and after the dinner, she had each couple do a portrait of their partner, you know, spouse. And it was
So much fun.
Oh, doesn't that? And they were amazingly, well, they were humorous and amazingly fun, and some pretty darn good.
I think we ought to try that.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah.
so do you know Mel McCudden?
I've never met him, but my husband and I walked into this gallery, I think in 2006, and there was one of his paintings of the Superman in the bathroom, and I fell in love with his work in a heartbeat. And I said to my husband, we have 3 of his paintings.
Okay, you can go online and there's several, I don't know if they're still there, of him painting and how he paints.
Yes, I have watched.
See this looks like
Yeah, a face, doesn't it?
one of Mel's. So
Yeah, your beginning style.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a lot like
you
this.
just like if you put
Not
eyes
your
in
ending style. Your ending style is your own.
Well, and I do landscapes. The painting, his eyes, he captures the eye in
Yeah.
the most incredible way. And the paintings we have of his, our home is very modern, and the walls are kind of a off beige, but our artwork is vibrant.
Yeah.
And his, I think we have two 24 by 24s and then one 48 by 48.
Okay.
And I just love his
Yeah.
work. And I would have loved to have met him because I've watched that video so many times.
See, we've communicated with him and known Mel for, I don't know, Gloria for,
Pardon?
we've known them for forever.
Yeah, I love that.
And so, it's, you know, when I saw this, it looks like one of his characters.
Well, and you know, I do this too. I mean, I may like that better. You know, this is so early in the process for me.
And let's see what you're going to do next.
Well, I'm not real sure, but I'm going to play around with it. And I probably need to get rid of that. Let's put some. I'm going to use that purple because I like what's happening here, and then I'll do something with this.
See, if you take your form and put some paint on it, you go like this, you'll have a chimney rock.
You know, it's so fun because mountains, our home in Seattle, we see the Olympics.
Yes.
We see Mount Rainier, and we see Adams. Is it Adams? I think it's Adams. Here, where we live, one side of our house we see the cabinets, and one side we see the Selkirks. So and they're generic. I mean, you can get precise, but the mountains are so. I have people come up and say, "I've been there. I've been there," and they'll tell me the place, and that makes me feel so good. But you're right, Chimney Rock.
Have you climbed it?
Cameron's right back. I used to do a lot more hiking until I got horses, and then I mountain trail rode. And I can get distracted too. I'm gonna use this color just for grants and giggles. Now see, I had too much water on this, so it's ripped through. This one's in pretty good shape, but that's okay. I'll just
I think you're feeling purple today.
I love purple, and I know a lot of painters avoid it.
Yeah, purple's one color that your eye doesn't know what to do with it.
Really? Is that why they
Yes.
avoid it?
You can't figure it out. But a lot of times you can put violet or purple into a shadow, and it works because your brain doesn't know what to do with it. So you instantly say, well, that's a shadow, because you don't really.
You don't know what else to say about it.
Yeah.
Well, I like that. I should come and study with you.
Well, I'm constantly studying every day.
I do too.
So-
I do. You know, once you see, yeah, this is just get this water out.
So you take that out and lay it onto another panel and pick from there.
I'll just get another piece of the. This is what I do. This is how I get my exercise too. Is looking for my stuff. Get my.
Well, I'm glad you have as much stuff as I always have.
Oh yeah.
Is it
It's the tracing paper.
Oh.
I thought it was over there. Oh, there it is. See, I've been stepping back, and I have to step back and just kind of. LR, did you check these bags out? These are so. This is from Harbor Freight.
Okay.
And I love it because it's on wheels. And they're big, I mean, a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah, we just bought a wagon.
Did you?
To haul grandkids around in. It never occurred to me to put art in the wagon.
Yeah.
But these are really cool.
Yeah.
Teresa, do you do a lot of plein air?
I don't do any. I sketch. I will sketch outside, but I'm a studio painter because I got to have all this stuff around me, and I'm pretty wild. I don't sit. You know.
Well, I don't either because I found I was having some hip issues on my left side. I was doing something while I was sitting, painting. I thought, I gotta get up.
Move around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what that's what you
It's
gotta
better.
do it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you know, when you do anything for a while,
Yeah, it just, I get it.
but yeah, I just wondered.
Acrylics dry so fast, and I do have extenders, but
This is kind of interesting. On TV, on PBS, there was a man, Roger Bannister was his name, and him and his wife, mostly doing stuff from back east, and he was painting with acrylics. Does all plein air.
He does.
And he was talking about different ways he keeps his paints dry.
Uh-huh.
And it was
Dry or wet?
interesting.
Wet.
Don't ask me now because I can't think of them right now, but Roger and Sarah Bannister was a series that was on PBS. He does paints in Florida, more tropical. I guess because he likes to stay warm, probably.
Oh, I like this. And see how this is coming through? This is a color that, I'm always trying to find stuff to put paint in rather than the big jars. And these are really wonderful
Are
for,
they spice jars?
no, I don't know what they are, but Amazon. And they've got a screw lid, which keeps the paint. Yeah,
Or
wet.
are you using fluid acrylics mostly?
I use a variety. I like golden. They're,
I have some gold stuff.
I use Nova primarily, Nova paint.
Nova.
And you buy right from the manufacturer. And they're good quality paints. And then I put them in these kind of containers, so I
Yeah,
can just,
condiment containers.
yep.
Have you ever seen that, been into that big, huge art store down in Boise?
No, I haven't.
Wow, it's gigantic. My son lives down there, and whenever I go down to visit him, we go in there. I can't remember. I can't remember anything today, apparently. But it's a big, you can't miss it. It's the biggest art store. Just Google the biggest art store in Boise, and it'll come up.
Now, see how I am getting, because I've got phthalo blue here, which is transparent.
This shows through.
Yeah, and it may not at the end, but at least
That's pretty cool.
yeah, it's cool, huh? I want to get brighter.
I can see it from here.
Good.
You know, that blue coming in, the orange coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what's standing back and going forward.
Yeah, because this is what, probably about 15 feet right here, 10, 12 feet, but I can still see it. I was here for you guys' talk about 2 weeks ago.
I remember meeting
Yeah.
you, but I'm sorry I don't remember.
You were, when I walked in, you were all sitting, all four of you were up here.
I
But
think you and
come-
I spoke back.
I think we did, yeah.
And I'm sorry I don't remember your first name.
Well, I don't know if I ever said it, but Candy.
McCanny?
Candy. Candace, yeah.
Yeah. C-K.
Always C,
C.
like candy. My mom didn't have, she just spelled, back in the 50s, they spelled everything like it's usually supposed to be spelled.
So I'm like,
Are these your paintings back here, or?
um,
That's your husband's, isn't it? Yeah. I can tell.
this is me.
Okay.
This little one is me.
Oh, I like
All,
that one.
all of those on that wall are me. I'm all over the place here. I was so blessed that they put a lot of my work up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful. So where do you mostly, where are these places mostly?
In my heart.
Oh, okay, so you don't do it from a photographer, or like a particular area? Well, they look like North Idaho, I mean,
They will.
or somewhere in there. you
I
know.
live in Sandpoint,
Okay.
and where I live, I can see the cabinets, and I can see the Selkirks, and I live on the Pack River, and the rivers have started showing up in my work. And
We canoed on the Pack River back in the 70s. Believe it or not.
well,
I've lived here all my life. My husband is from California. He moved here in '61. So he's pretty much been here all his life. But
I was stunned coming from the Seattle area to see a river that is sandy bottomed and warm. You know, because everything on that side of the mountains is rocky and freezing cold.
We'll go up the Coeur d'Alene River, North Coeur d'Alene River, if you want rocks.
Yeah.
That's that's rocky up there, but it's beautiful.
I think this area is stunning. I'm so happy that we moved out here because our daughter and son-in-law wanted to raise their children in a place that was a better place for them. And we came out and fell in love with it. So,
Go where your kids are.
pardon me?
You go where your kids
Oh,
are.
I know, especially if there's grandchildren
Yes.
involved.
Well, I have a grandson, and he's 5. He's with his mommy and daddy in Moscow. So I go down there whenever I can, but not when I know the weather's
Ooh,
not.
I like that.
Yeah, see, and
All
that's,
of a
Yeah.
sudden you've got a lot of distance.
That's really pretty.
well, and this is the phase of what happens with the work where you can't get too attached because it will go through an ugly stage.
I was gonna say there's always an ugly stage.
Oh, yeah.
I don't see yours as being ugly, but if you say it, it's okay.
Well,
It's
that's
your
so
painting.
sweet. Thank you.
But they do. Pretty soon you just look
Yeah.
at it and you think this is never gonna turn out to be something, and
And I
you
really
keep
like
at it and it will.
I love this, which you guys can't see it perhaps, but I love that little hint
Uh-huh.
of something there. See, I like using my hands too.
Well, yeah, and that's good. Why? That's good that you have rubber gloves on.
Painting in the studio, how long do you usually paint before you need to take a break?
What I'm trying to do is define the days of the week that are my studio days. And typically what's been happening is Monday and Tuesday afternoons. Wednesday is a free day for me, and then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday I like having the full days. I have breakfast, do my horses, sip coffee with my husband, and then I'm to the studio, and then I break until probably 2 o'clock, and then I'm back in the studio. And then I walk my dog around 7 at night, and we do a loop on our property, and she's trained now to go to the studio with me, and maybe I paint for a little bit, or maybe I don't. You know, I'll walk in and I'll see something, and I'll have my palette still out, and I'll paint a little bit. But I try to break, otherwise, you know, you just get overwhelmed with trying to make it perfect. I'm about ready to break on this one because I can fuss with it a lot more. I want it to dry. This one. Oh, good. Okay. And I won't put the gloss medium on there because we're about at the end. So, but I will when I get home.
Well, I turned on Facebook about half an hour ago, and I saw you. I always go to Art Spirit Gallery. It's one of my go-tos. It pops up. But and then I saw you, and I got to get down there. I totally forgot. So I just ripped down here. I live out in Cougar Gulch.
That really is
So
a lovely.
it takes me about 15 minutes to get here.
Thank you.
So I just came. I thought I got to go down there and watch her paint. So I popped
What a
in.
nice thing to say to me. Thank you.
Oh, dear. It's,
Okay.
I love it.
So, this is at this stage. This was my.
What do you see when you look at that?
Well, I'm gonna look at it for a minute.
Uh-huh.
I'll tell you, but I'm gonna
Yeah.
turn it around.
Yeah, you could
a
almost-
few times.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna mention this one that one was going to be a vertical landscape until I decided not. So, well, in terms of trying to be time efficient.
So you mostly like abstracted landscapes, maybe?
I like these are all abstracts, these small ones here. My work has moved more from abstraction to more representational. There's a painting back there that's mine, and that's
Okay.
pretty abstract.
Uh-huh.
Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna define the sky and my first cut in the sky. And as I was mentioning to Carol, what I have been, although I'm liking that, but I'll do this. I love this butternut.
That's pretty,
It's
isn't
one
it?
of my favorite colors
Yeah.
to wear too.
Yeah. I took a whole bunch of colors that I had left over from a painting, whooshed them all together, you know, mixed them all up, put them on just an 8x10 canvas I had just laying around, and it turned into this most beautiful clay color, pinkish clay.
Yeah.
And I said to my husband, it almost looks like it could be a background for a desert landscape of some kind, because it had that clay. It's just amazing the colors you get if you mix them together.
If I had more time, I'd like to just take two colors in black and white and show you all the colors you can get out of it.
Oh yeah.
I often make mud where I'll take all my palette, and then it's a great way to darken other colors or to harmonize colors.
Larry calls it universal mud.
At the universal mud, yeah.
Sometimes I'll just get a real kind of a pinkish. If there's a lot of red, it'll be a pinkish gray color. That's really pretty. You come up with that. And you think, oh, okay. That's a beautiful color. I love that.
I love this color.
Yeah, I do. It's gorgeous.
That really adds life to the.
Boy, doesn't it ever? Just instantly.
Well, and this is a way to just get something going. I don't, I'm not sure about this, but at least I've got enough value contrast here that I can see that all of a sudden I've got something to work with in terms of composition. And I just because I like this color. If you look at that painting back,
I'll have to
there,
look at that one behind the
yeah,
in the office.
that's
I think I looked at that last time I was here. I love it.
Oh, on the far wall. It's
yeah,
your painting.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, wow. That really gives you the feeling of sunset. Where
Yeah,
the light is on the horizon.
And some of this, and I got a little thicker paint on here. Oh, and then I love doing this.
All of a sudden I see a lake. Do you see a lake in that?
Pardon me?
All of a sudden I see a lake coming out. Do you
See, the lake always surfaces, darn it. I mean, on it, water, oh, yes, I see it. Yes, yes. I'm trying to find my, I love doing this too because it's
I
fun.
think your method is so fun.
Come and paint with me sometime. You ever come to Sandpoint? Yeah.
Do you have a studio in
Yes.
in your home, but in Sandpoint, do you have a gallery or anything?
No, I have a really, I just remodeled my studio and it's big and I like doing
Is it
this.
separate from your house?
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
nice. That's really nice.
I typically use a spray bottle, but I can't find it right now. And here's, your comment about add, subtract. This is. And this will dry need to let this dry because I like this coming through. And I need to put another layer on here, but if I put it on right now, it'll smush it all to pieces. So I understand what you are seeing, and I'll show you what. And I'm using this color because it's bold.
Before you do it,
Yeah.
did you still have to see these reflections?
Yes, I do. At this point, I'm just gonna, this is what I'm doing just to kind of, just give me some idea of where I'm gonna go next.
Black reminded me of like wood that would have logs and things that
Yeah,
are
yeah.
falling down.
Do you have to be in danger, are you in danger sometimes of being a little too literal? Or do you like
I
to be
worry
more
about that, and I spend a lot of time turning off those voices in my head.
Yeah.
The voice that I'm not good enough, I'm too old, what the heck do I think I'm doing?
Oh, I never have those. I just don't want to be. I get too detaily, and then it just looks more like a photograph. But I try hard to break out of that. I'm trying to be more abstracty, maybe not quite so literal, but trying to get more abstracted in a scene.
Look, I wear readers, and I rarely put my readers on until the very, very end because I get too tight. Yeah, and when I start feeling that coming on, I need to leave the studio for a while, go out and hang with my horses or do something totally
To
different.
get your mind in a different place, then you can come back to it.
Because
that's
when
a
you
good idea.
come back, you've got you're fresh,
Right.
and you don't have that, driven kind of thing that I've got to, oh God, it's not looking quite right, and you surprise yourself sometimes, or I do.
Or the painting surprises you.
Yes.
You're like, wow, where did that come from? I like that.
Yeah. But yeah, we're in an alpine lake right now.
Have you hiked to Lake Stevens?
I haven't, because I don't know where Lake Stevens is.
It's probably pretty close to the Idaho, Montana border.
I haven't.
It's a lot like that with the logs in front of the mountains.
You know what I see on that painting right there? See in the sky where that dark area is up there on
Yes.
See that little bit of a
Oh,
glow?
yeah.
That little glow coming out after it's drying, that little glow is coming out.
Well,
That's really cool.
and this, for me, this could be another range of mountain behind it, where it's,
Yeah, it could be.
but that's part of the process.
Yeah.
Well, it's so much fun to see how that just is coming in. It might change, but it's
Yeah.
coming into
To what it is. Now we're at a place. We don't know where it is. It's in our heart and our mind, but we're there. And you can see that, there might be multiple, this being the background and these coming into the foreground, definitely a lake.
Yeah, because I can see the reflections in the water, myself. But I love it.
I often, I don't know if there's any here, because I live in the country and there's so much fencing, and a lot of it's rotten, it's leaning all different directions. You'll see, this is, remember where we put that? I often, and if it stays, it stays, if it doesn't. But I often, do that, where you'll see an old fence. This one isn't, and it will, I'll paint it out so that it's not exactly the same size. Yeah. I'm gonna,
What I'd like you to do is when you take a picture of this.
oh, yeah.
And then, would you send me that?
I would be happy to, Carol. I'd be happy to. Write your phone number down. Use this. It's big. Don't worry.
Teresa, do you have a card or a website or anything?
They have a website.
Do you?
I do. It's not, yeah, it's, they should have a sheet on there too. I think they do.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just like the look
Yeah.
and stuff on there.
Mine,
You know, you can look and see what kind of art you want and stuff. Or, I have looked up your name and saw your work. And of course I was here a couple weeks ago. Yeah, I'll ask him.
touching anything. I better get you a minute.
Thanks.
Were you here at the demo last week?
I was here when you guys were all up here talking,
Yeah.
and then I walked around. But I wanted to come and see Teresa. I couldn't make it to your demo last week.
I'm gonna do
Those two.
we'll talk next
My
week.
husband, my husband.
I'm just gonna change. I'm live streaming there, so
Oh,
people are watching.
was
That's how you saw it when you were watching.
Oh, okay, I'm just standing right in. So you were there. I saw. I wasn't able to make it, but I did watch part of your demo on the live stream.
So,
Okay.
But I couldn't make it. I live out of town, and it was
Where
just
at?
I wasn't feeling well.
And, everything.
Cougar Gulch.
yeah.
It's out. You go south of Coeur d'Alene, like you're going up towards Micah Hill,
Get it.
right out there on 95.
I'm gonna text you so we're connected.
You go out 95 south,
Yeah.
and before you start going up the hill, you turn right to go into Cougar Gulch by Cougar Ridge over here.
Okay.
Cougar Gulch is higher.
Okay.
And I live way back in. I don't live up where there's a lot of houses. I live back in
Okay.
where, yeah, some acreage and stuff. But I don't always want to come there and do this crazy.
Yeah, actually, I can text you.
You know, the same way, I get invited to go
I should be taking
to
pictures of
Seattle
my
and Midlands, and it just drives me crazy. This is about as big as I get.
I'd like to go to Seattle.
Well,
And I should say that. I'd like to go to New York City someday, but not by myself.
talk to my wife, let's do both places. And with our kids, I know we're going to the house. I said, what did you do? And she got a daughter, which is kind of fun. Yeah, and I figured I can see what she's doing on a wall.
Yes.
As well, sitting in line for me to get in and go. So, but I'd love to see her tonight, and I do it back and forth, when I can now, but,
These are
I'm still.
Let's just
down
do
in
this.
Austin.
And it'll
I
happen.
lived in Lewiston, and, drew for, Lewiston Tribune, and had interviews, and, lots of relatives, Harvard, Princeton.
And these are sketchbook.
Okay.
They're the
My daughter lives in Moscow with her, she's married, and my grandson is 5.
So you go there a lot.
I do go back and forth a lot, but I lived in Fort Wayne all my life.
Okay.
Yeah, so I know all this whole area.
It was.
Teresa said she was back, you know, by Cat River.
Yeah.
Well, we used to canoe on the Cat River. And I had some friends that lived in, Febraury. So, yeah, I've lived here all my life.
So we come and go and come and go. And, hi,
Wasn't
welcome.
that fun? I had a good time.
Have you been here before?
Oh, sure. Well, you made it more fun. Honestly, you
The
did.
doorman?
No, because I like
Adorable doorman.
I don't want to stand up.
Yeah, I just find life is so silly not to be funny about everything.
Yeah. Well, you're good. You're the reader.
Oh, well, thank you.
You know, I just like.
I want to
to
clean up, so.
That's my talk I'm gonna give was about it. So many people grow up in art.
Oh, Do you want to take a picture of this little thing?
Oh, yeah.
Hi there.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm Teresa.
Teresa, I'm Ginger.
Ginger, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'd like that. I'd be honored. Should I take off my thing? Oh, okay.
I didn't really, I was always interested in all this stuff.
We'll have to.
But let's get in front of his mountains, because those are so fun.
I was, you
Oh,
know,
okay.
drawing.
I'll pack this down some stuff.
I feel like they should help to clean up.
No, no, no.
I'm not dressed for it.
No, you're not.
I know how paint jumps.
Don't even. No. I don't want you. This is easy.
You know, I remember one time we were, oh, they're still filming.
I think it's off. I think it's off.
Teresa, and her pain, it's just, it's time to do another one.
I look at how that has changed, yeah, I can see it.
Is it on still?
Yeah, that's where I saw you, Teresa, right there.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. Well, I guess I got my map right to it too.
Yeah.
I was standing there in my back, it was filming my back.
White.
Yeah, you know, I didn't even see that sitting there, so.
Oh, you've done a really fun demonstration.
Oh, I had
I like all the
it
colors
was
that
fun
you
because
all your colors.
it was engaging to have you work with me and play. I mean, that's what it should be, right? Don't you think?
Well, I think art should be fun.
Yeah.
We're about creating joy and not angst. It's from joy.
Well, that's what the art is, and I as a landscape painter, and have you ever read Painting Sweetgrass? Painting Sweetgrass. Yes, and there is a chapter in it that it brought tears to my eyes. It was about the animacy of things that we don't think are alive, like a landscape. Yeah, and I just went, oh my gosh, it just made me feel so good because to me, I hear it, I feel it.
Oh, I used to learn that. It's so important.
Oh, and especially now, where we're growing so fast, and I love nature.
There used to be because for wedding, just empty.
Yeah.
Well, they weren't empty. They were farms and fields. Now it's.
It's a hard, when I first, I was a and I worked on a campaign in Seattle that, separate my job, that was to buy the development rights for the farmlands where the South Center is, all that area that is all paved. And basically it was buying from the farmers the right to build, but they had to keep the area in farmland. It didn't pass, of course, but that area will never be able to be returned for farmland again.
Do you work with any of the conservation?
I connect Sue here in the Sandpoint area, and not as active as I used to be.
He was a developer. Also an artist.
Yes.
He's on the west side.
This is good acrylic paint. There's no, and I love this. That's one of my faves too. Wow. see, the other thing I do is I lose these little tops.
Pardon?
I lose these little tiny tops, and you get moving around.
I wonder if you could buy them.
I don't know. I mean, I got some at the dollar store the other day that are attached to that.
I put a stretch
Yes,
Oh, look at you.
that's what I do. But at home, I've got screws that I just stick back. I wonder if
They
that-
should design it like a water bottle.
I know. Well, then I wouldn't have the patience to undo it, I guess. I love spraying water too. And this is too dry now. And this could be, I can paint it out here, but those could be trees. And so
That's coming down.
yeah. Yep.
And so we ask you,
Well, this is.
Teresa, thank you for showing me, being here and showing me, and I can get to be yakking anyway.
Oh, well, it was a joy to have, and if any questions you have, we'll connect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just, I like, abstract appeals to me, but I also like literal, to be able to see something. And I took a class online, and I liked it. The lady did this painting, and she was showing up for and stuff. And then she did what she called an abstract, but it was just really just a mess of colors in that same image of her painting. And I thought, that's not really, to me, I don't know, it just was not really abstract. But you're, looking at something and just putting it in, standing back and looking at it.
Yeah.
That really is cool.
Yes, and turning the canvas around.
Yeah. That is.
Because it also creates balance. You'll see where you might have it too heavy in one area and not balanced in another. Just keep turning it and don't give up.
Yep, I won't, but you have a lot of paintings in there. I'm going up the stairs and
I
all over
know,
the place.
aren't I?
I'm like, there's one of hers.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, I gotta get going, but thank you.
Oh,
It was nice seeing you too.
It was nice seeing you again.
Okay, take care. I'll look you. I don't know, I didn't ask her whether she was busy. But I'll look you up.
Yeah, and I'm on Instagram too.
Are you?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, just my name.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I
Thank
wanted to tell you, so
Yes.
so comforting, she put her bed in the studio. Oh, this is just
I know, but isn't it? I get up in the morning, especially Tuesday night, and I'm like a kid in a candy store. I can't wait to get in there. It's so good. Yeah, see, I mean, I don't know I just love this, it'll fit anything.
so useful.
Well, it is, and you can put stuff in the side and, carry this stuff as you get older. It's not good for your body. Well, I may cut it out, but
So you just file these in?
I'm gonna put them in this.
Oh, in your portfolio?
Yeah, I was gonna do, and I'll show how I finish. But I'm kind of tired now.
Pardon?
I'm kind of tired now. I've been up since 5.
Oh, I bet you're doing. And when you're doing a demo or you're on.
Yeah,
It takes a lot of energy.
it's not like you're at home. And, yeah. Don't you just love the blue? Yeah. Yeah. And see if I put a layer of the gloss on that, that'll stay.
Oh,
And then if I put it's gone. No, I did that because I didn't have to. No, I don't. Easy to carry. Yeah, easy to carry. I paint on canvas. I paint. No, this is wood. This is wood. That's panel. So I paint on wood. Yeah. I studied classic painters and just about canvas and marshmallows. Yeah, it feels.
well, I can't wait to see how that.
Yeah, it may be a while. I've got two paintings I'm really trying to finish.
Oh, you know what?
Okay.
Can you send me that?
Okay. Let's just do this so you can see it.
That's a narrow.
It is.
Is this yours or just?
That's mine. I paint on paper too.
Wow, look at that image. Look how intense that is.
Oh God, look at that.
You know what? It'd be right.
Yeah, I mean, almost everything I have is water.
We'll have Wes here ready to go in a little while. So
We're packing up.
Yeah, I thought I might have heard some packing up. So
Yeah.
perfect. Great.
That was a lot of fun, and Carol made it a lot of fun.
She asked you a lot of good questions, so you can think through it.
Well,
And
she participated.
nice.
It's fun to watch her paint.
Yeah. No, she's got people watching from home or from their homes too. So yeah, that's awesome.
That's what I used to finish. Drawn wax. And I was going to.
You should show that to them. Yeah. There you go. That's so the one gal that was here, she'd been watching at home, and that's why she came in. So she's a good customer. She was in for you guys' panel too.
I would that.
Candy is your name.
Yeah. Good. Oh, Candy. Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah, that's what she told us.
The brown hair, the reddish brown.
The lady that was sitting here.
I know her last names. I know what she bought. I know what she owns.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Yeah, all the one that has
Chelsea?
this.
Yeah.
Can I put that water down your sink?
Should be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wipe the brushes.
Yeah, it should be fine. Down here, it probably goes right into the river. Actually, if people dump things down the drains in the city parking lots, it does goes right to the lake. Really sad. Right down by the resort where people like to swim.
My husband made a studio that sink drains into a sink, which is really nice. So
The sink does,
my sink.
so that it takes care of the acrylics.
Yes.
You know, that's all good information too, because people don't understand that if you're using acrylics at home, you can be plugging up your pipes. So,
Well, we're on a septic too.
and you have septic, so it makes it different. Yeah.
And I wiped my brushes off before I put them in.
Yeah, with septic, there's usually layers, so the sediment of things, but it can build up, and then you don't have what you need. Be like concrete.
Yeah, and it's basically plastic.
Yep.
So I won't wash
No, I
it.
don't. No, I just understand. I understand because I research art materials for one, but also just I've looked at properties before. So yeah, you gotta understand what you're doing. In fact, I almost bought a piece of property up in Rancour, and we would have had septic, and I was trying to weigh the lot, but I was trying to understand what other drain fill ideas we could use if we were to buy that property. So
Will you ever look at something like I've got a lot of information on this.
yeah, I think I'm out. That was past. That was a past life.
Oh, okay.
I'm an urban girl now. I'm an urban place.
See, I'm an urbanite turned country bumpkin.
Yeah. I was an Idaho country girl, and now, yeah.
Are you in
Spokane.
Are you in down?
I am, my house I bought is in East Central, but I stay at my boyfriend's in the valley. Yeah, so West Valley, so it's not very far away from my house, so probably, 10 minutes from downtown, so not too far away. Half an hour from here.
I don't think I dropped anything.
It looks good, you're fine. Yeah, if anything goes on the floor, I did a paint party here a few weeks ago, and if, little drops on the floor, they can wipe right up. We just refinished the floor, so there's
I know you
a nice seal, so it wipes up. Just a little bit of water. Yeah, you did a great job. You're prepared for a full-on workshop now, so,
I just want to paint.
yeah.
That's,
And like, if Carol comes over and visits me to paint her, just to play, you can come
Oh, I'd
visit.
love to.
I was gonna use this to show how I play, so that's why I did that like that.
Well, and I heard Mark, the other gentleman, had a good question too. He said he was trying to understand what happens to the paint as you build up those layers.
Yeah.
Why would you cover up the first layer, basically? Yeah, that's all.
Well,
part
it's,
of it.
yes, I mean, you look at this and you can see what's going on
Yeah.
here,
Yeah.
barely.
That's where that depth comes from.
Yeah.
I love that free start.
Yeah.
Oh, that free, oh gosh, going on a big canvas, there's no more fun than that.
Yeah. And that takes guts to do that, because I know it's easy to overthink, right?
I think that, I work on that all the time.
I think it's like being a little
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I certified in a program that is all about using art intuitively, so you have to remove the judgment 100%. It's impossible to remove 100%, but that's your goal. Your goal is to release all of your judgments, and you're in an environment when you're doing it as a group. That's how they train people. They're training each other not to critique in any way, not even good stuff, not even that's great. Because it helps if you're working in a setting, you become stuck in, oh, this is good, I can't mess this up now. When the point is to be able to be willing to risk it all and be in touch with your intuition, your feeling, versus up here. And those are two different things. Like creating for fine art composition is different than just exploring and applying paint in an intuitive way. And when they mesh together, those are the best paintings. You've got a little bit of, you understand your composition, but you also play and put things together in a beautiful way. So.
That painting called It's Truly About
So I'm glad you still do that. Do you do docs?
There's probably 6 really full paintings underneath it, and when I didn't trust my intuition, I got tight, and you can see when it gets, and I go in and I take a paintbrush, and I just make big.
You have one painting called The Moon, and it was such a great painting. I've reworked this thing like 5 times over the years, and I should have left it the first time I did. It's a huge piece, it's like that.
Yeah.
But I love this guy who really did The Moon, and I messed up everything else. And so now it's 2 paintings in one because I reserved that area,
You
and it
can't.
never flow exactly. So I know that's what I have to do. I have to just completely let it go. Either I have to cut that part out and just keep it, or I have to let the
No,
entire
you
go.
let it go. Paint over it. Just paint over. Nothing can be precious.
Well, yeah, I can take a picture of it. And I do have pictures of all the different versions there was. Where I got stuck and had a hard time getting there is that because the original lay-in had a transparency of paint, and eventually you lose all that transparency unless you are you know, re-whiting your canvas, which you
Right.
can do. So that's probably what I do. Yeah, so acrylic, big brushes, large canvas.
Check it and see if
It's a psychological thing. It's not like I have to get it. But I just can't let go of that area yet.
Well, would it hurt it if you say that area?
No, it wouldn't. I mean, it's not a full development of the composition, but yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying to you. I could, but I don't know that I have a reason to do that anymore. I used to do so much of that, and I just got tired of carrying everything around. So I've kept like one crate of my stuff that I don't want to ever really give away, like my practices that were like a diary, and I bet LR has some stuff like that too, where you get
Yes.
something for yourself and you hang on to that as a reminder. I have that, but I've got myself down to one crate because I was just tired of keeping them, and so I probably wouldn't do it now. I probably just take. I'm being inspired by the idea of just letting it go, just move it to the next thing. So. Yeah, exactly.
Is it
It's
gonna
fine.
be?
Just leave it. Yeah, you leave all that stuff, and then I'll reset up with him when he gets here. To see what he needs. He might have his own easel since he does a lot of outdoor work, and so yeah, you can just
You
leave
have
all
something,
that.
a garbage
Is that
can?
garbage? Yeah. Let me grab your garbage.
Here's, I just put it,
Are you going to stay and watch us?
I'm not, because I've got horses I need to deal with.
How many horses do you have?
2
And what kind of?
Tennessee Walkers. Oh, thank you. And then
They're so
I love my horses. I've learned so much. Well, my art and my horses have learned a lot.
Why? Half the thing in common.
Yeah, we need to get together.
Loves horses. And we had to.
You did?
Yeah, and I guess we have names, of course.
Yeah.
But they are,
Oh, they're wonderful.
they're history now.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so happy I have them. I'm gonna go down.
If you're not you, you didn't have any big people say, well, we paint this. You would choose that.
So you probably remember Teresa, she's Rancour, is doing the demo day. She's just wrapping up the skits and series with the water. Yeah.
I used to do shopping there. And we finished with the little girl that worked there, but I know the girl that was baking there and the people that yeah. So,
I didn't get paint on any of the art pieces.
Star.
I know, don't I?
I'm gonna wrap it up. Thanks, Teresa.
Oh,
Thank you.
we kind of quit earlier, but
No, you're all good. You can just say goodbye and I'm gonna push finish.
thank you.
Goodbye.
What a wonderful opportunity. Thank you.
Okay.